So anyway, we have covered a few topics in the last class. So let us see what we covered in the last class one by one here. So yesterday we have seen few things. The first one is postulates. Postulates of statistical mechanics. Yes. Are you able to listen me? All right. All right. So I'll continue. Okay, so we have seen postulates of statistical mechanics yesterday, and the second one is what is that we covered what is phase space, what is phase space, and then third one is about ensemble. We have seen what is ensemble, what is ensemble. We have seen this one also. What is ensemble, and also types of ensembles. That is what long question. Types of ensembles. Okay, so we covered these four topics in the last class: postulates of statistical mechanics, and what is phase space, and what is ensemble, and the types of ensembles. Now today we are going to talk about different topics that which are what is classical statistics and quantum statistics. Here statistics classified into two types. Statistics are classified into two types. One is classical statistics and quantum statistics. So let us see here what is classical statistics. See, these classical statistics can also be called Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. And one more thing is what quantum statistics, where quantum statistics again classified into two types. So one is what Bose-Einstein statistics and Fermi-Dirac statistics. So let us see one by one here. What is classical statistics here? Classical statistics interpreted successfully many observed phenomena such as temperature, pressure, and energy. See there, these statistics successfully explain about temperature, pressure, and energy, but it is failed to explain the phenomenon of black body radiation. Here in this here the classical statistics unable to explain the phenomenon of black body radiation. Yes, already have covered what is black body radiation. Understand where the black body radiation failed. We know that we have seen in the black body radiation where we covered Rayleigh-Jeans law. Yes, Rayleigh-Jeans law, and also Wien's displacement law, where the Wien's displacement law and Rayleigh-Jeans law both are depends on the classical mechanics. Understand? But according to where one more thing is there, Planck's quantum theory is there, where the Planck's quantum theory depends on the quantum statistics. So where the Planck's quantum theory successfully explain the black body radiation. Okay, so here the classical statistics were failed to explain the black body radiation, and also photoelectric effect. You know that what is photoelectric effect, right? Photoelectric effect. So we have seen photoelectric effect fundamental things in the entire second year syllabus. Now we are going to see this photoelectric effect in the higher classes. Okay, now again specific heat at low temperature, etc. So it is also failed to explain the specific heats at a low temperature. So this topic also we are going to cover in the final year session, final year syllabus. Okay, so these three circumstances where this classical statistics is fail to explain. Now under this situation where the quantum mechanics successfully explain these above three phenomena. Okay, this failure of classical statistics forced the issue in favor of the new quantum idea of discrete exchange of energy between system, and along with this new quantum statistics was envisaged, that means predicted. That means see there, according to quantum statistics energy is discrete, according to classical mechanics energy is continuous. Okay, you have to put this concept. According to classical statistics energy is continuous, but according to quantum statistics energy is discrete, there is no continuation of energy. So based on this concept, let us see what classical how quantum mechanics can able to explain. Yes, see there, quantum statistics. Quantum statistics classified into two types, as I told you already: Bose-Einstein statistics and Fermi-Dirac statistics. So these are very, very important points. You have to remember, you have to put it in mind. So Bose-Einstein statistics, you know that Bose is the Indian scientist, you know very well. Bose-Einstein statistics, see there, this is applicable to identical and indistinguishable particles of zero or integral spin. Okay, so you have to remember that Bose-Einstein statistics is who is that? Vamshi. Vamshi, talk to me.
Not understand, sir.
You are not understanding.
Yes, sir.
See there, we are talking about only fundamentals. Okay.
Uh, uh,
Yes. So where the
yes, sir.
statistical mechanics, yesterday I told you already what is statistical mechanics and few fundamentals. Now the
Uh,
statistical mechanics is classified into two types.
uh,
So one is Bose-Einstein statistics and the second one is Fermi-Dirac statistics. So you know that
mm,
classical statistics failed to explain the black body radiation. Already we covered black body radiation in the third unit. Okay,
uh,
and again it also failed to explain photoelectric effect. So I
mm,
think you know, I think this concept of photoelectric effect. And
mm,
also it is failed to explain specific heat at low temperatures. This topic we are going to talk about this topic in the higher sections, in the final year syllabus is there. So just remember this one. And again here quantum statistics are classified into two types: Bose-Einstein statistics and Fermi-Dirac statistics. So let us see where the Bose-Einstein statistics is applicable. Okay, see where the Bose-Einstein is applicable to identical and indistinguishable particles. Indistinguishable means we can't differentiate the particles. So all the particles are same. Okay, so here the Bose-Einstein statistics is applicable to identical means same, and indistinguishable particles, that means the particle where we cannot differentiate. This is this particle and this one is this particle. Okay, so all the particles are same. Of zero and integral spin, you know that every particle has spin. It may be zero, it may be off integral spin, or it may be integral spin. So but where the Bose-Einstein statistics is applicable to only zero or integral spin. Okay, so these particles are called bosons. Okay, the particles which obeys Bose-Einstein statistics, so that particles are called bosons. So what are the examples for bosons? Where the photons, you know that what is photon? Photon is nothing but energy particle, right? What is photon there? Photon is nothing but energy particle. So photon is called boson. And also gravitons, and also pi mesons, and also helium 4 atom. Helium 4 atom. So these all are called bosons. We have to remember this one: photons, gravitons, pi mesons, and helium 4 atom are example for bosons. So these are obeys Bose-Einstein statistics. Okay, so are the particles of this kind. You have to remember this thing. So where the Bose-Einstein statistics is applicable to identical and indistinguishable particles having zero or integral spin only. It is not applicable to off integral particles. So these particles are called bosons. Now the examples for bosons are photons, pi mesons, and helium 4 atoms. Okay, so now the second thing is what there: Fermi-Dirac statistics. Fermi-Dirac statistics. Now the second one is Fermi-Dirac statistics. Let us see what is Fermi-Dirac statistics here. Right, now the second thing is Fermi-Dirac statistics. So where the Fermi-Dirac statistics is applicable to identical and indistinguishable particles, just like Bose-Einstein statistics, but where the particles must possess off integral spin, 1 by 2 spin only. Okay, so these particles must obeys Pauli's exclusion principle and are called fermions. Electrons, examples for these Fermi-Dirac statistics are, example for fermions are electrons. Electrons also having off integral spin, you know very well, right? And also protons, protons also off integral spin particles, and neutrons and helium 3 particles. Why I am taking their helium 3 atom? Because whose spin is off integral spin. Okay, now see that this Fermi Dirac statistics is applicable to identical and indistinguishable particles, identical and indistinguishable particles, and they are having off integral spin. Okay, so they are having off integral spin, off integral spin. Okay, so these particles are called fermions, which obeys Pauli's exclusion principle. So the difference between these two statistics is where the Bose-Einstein is applicable to integral or zero spin particles, and they are called bosons. They are called bosons, and the examples are photons, gravitons, pi mesons, and helium 4 atom. But whereas in case of Fermi-Dirac statistics, so this is applicable to same as Bose-Einstein, identical and indistinguishable particles, but they are having off integral spin, and these particles are called fermions, which obeys Pauli's exclusion principles. You know very well what is Pauli's exclusion principle, right? No two electrons present in the single state. No two electrons can occupy same energy state. You know that, you know very well in the school, in the schooling, you have seen these structures. For example, if we take hydrogen, for example, if we take carbon, if we take carbon C612, C612, what is the electronic configuration? What is the electronic configuration? We know that 1s2, electronic configuration 1s2 and 2s2, 2s2, 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2, right? 2p2. So this is what electronic configuration. So if we take p orbital, it has 3 subshells, 1, 2, 3. If you take p orbital, it has 3 subshells. 3 rooms are there, in which how 2 electrons are occupied. So one electron is here and 1 electron is here, right? So there is no 2 electrons present in the same room. So one after another, first electron occupies first state, and one by one, then after filled in the second electron, right? So this is all about Pauli's exclusion principle. So here no 2 electrons can occupy the same subshell. Okay, right. So this is all about Bose-Einstein statistics and Fermi-Dirac statistics. So let us move further. Okay, now okay, see there, here let us see, consider a gas of here what I am taking, consider a gas of only 2 particles. See there, I am taking a gas which contain 2 particles, A and B, right? A and B. So that means we can differentiate the particles, we can recognize the particles here. So this is A particle, this is B particle, like that. But here let each particle can be one of the possible quantum states, S equal to 1, 2, 3. See, you have to put a concept like that. 2 persons are there, person A and person B. There exist 3 rooms. Let us see how the 2 persons, how many ways they can place the rooms, how many ways they can occupy the rooms, 3 rooms. Let us see one by one here. In classical statistics, each particle has recognizable individuality, right? According to classical mechanics, we can recognize the particle. This is particle A and this is particle B. Hence, the particles are distinguishable, and each particle is as likely to be in one cell as in the other. Now, this means that classical statistics, each or both of the particle can occupy any of the 3 cells. Thus, in this case, we have 9 possible arrangements, each of which is counted in assigning probability to the distribution. So if you see the picture, you can get clarification here, right? Maxwell-Boltzmann's law, that means what? According to classical statistics, where I am taking 2 particles and 3 rooms are there. let us see how the two particles can occupy in the three rooms. See, first choice, see there, AP together lies in the first subshell. Here in this case, where I am taking three rooms, first chance is that AB together lies in the first subshell, and also AB together lies in the second subshell. This is second option, second arrangement. And in the third arrangement, AB together lies in the third subshell. See, this is what third subshell. And similarly, here they separately lies in the different rooms. See there, this is a subshell in which A occupied and in which B occupied. Now the different stage is that A occupied in this subshell, B occupied in this subshell. And here is A occupied in the first subshell and B occupied in the third subshell. So different combinations. Here it is B and here it is A. And here it is B and here it is A. And here it is B and here it is A. So how many arrangements we are getting? So we are getting 9 possible arrangements. So we can distribute two particles in 3 rooms in 9 possible ways. 2 particles in 3 subshells in 9 possible arrangements. See there? So in this way we can arrange the particles based on Maxwell-Boltzmann or classical statistics. Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics can also be called classical statistics. Okay, so here particles are distinguishable. So there is no similarity. Distinguishable particles, A, B particles are there. A is not equal to B, right? So if you arrange these two particles in 3 subshells, how many ways we can get? 9 arrangements are possible here. 9 arrangements are possible here. This is based on Maxwell-Boltzmann's law. So let us move further. Right. So now the second case is here. Now the second case is Bose-Einstein statistics. That is what one statistics in quantum statistics. According to Bose-Einstein statistics, where A equal to B. You have to remember this thing, very important thing. Where A equal to B means there is no difference between the particles. Both the particles are same. We can't differentiate the particle. So then we can say they are indistinguishable particles. Understand, where the particles are indistinguishable. So then what happened? Now I am taking two particles, both are same. Now how many ways we can distribute these same particles within the 3 subshells? See there? So where particles are similar particles, where I am taking AA here, both are together occupied in the first shell, and here it is in the second shell, here it is in the third shell. Okay, now they separately occupied like way. This is first shell, third shell, and second shell and third shell, and first shell and second shell. So two same particles, I am taking 2 same particles, that means indistinguishable particles, are arranged in 3 subshells in how many ways? 6 possible ways we can arrange similar particles in 3 subshells. So this is what according to Bose-Einstein statistics. So whereas in case of according to classical statistics, 2 particles arranged in 3 subshells in 9 ways. But according to here Bose-Einstein statistics, we can arrange 2 similar particles in 3 different shells in how many ways? 6 possible ways. Now let us see further here. Right, see there what happened according to Fermi-Dirac statistics. So it follows Pauli's exclusion principle. You must remember that it follows Pauli's exclusion principle. That means one particle should occupy only one state. No 2 particles lies in the same energy level. Understand? So therefore what happened? It follows Pauli's exclusion principle, in which particles are indistinguishable. Okay, particles are indistinguishable. There is no variation between the particles. Particles are like particles. Okay, one state should be filled with one particle. Okay, one state should be filled with one particle. See there, I am taking 2 similar particles, 3 subshells are there. So here I am arranged one particle in first subshell and one particle in second subshell, here second and third, here first and third. So 3 possible arrangements. Okay, so here we take two similar particles, indistinguishable particles, there is no variation between them. We can arrange these similar particles in three subshells in only 3 different ways. So according to classical mechanics, according to Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, we can arrange 2 different particles in 3 subshells 9 ways. According to Bose-Einstein statistics, we can arrange 2 similar particles in 3 subshells in 6 ways. But according to Fermi-Dirac statistics, which follows Pauli's exclusion principle, in which we can arrange 2 similar particles in 3 subshells in how many ways? Only 3 ways we can arrange. All right, so this is the fundamentals regarding 3 different statistics. Okay, so let us close today's topic, and you have to put it in your mind. There exist 4 important long questions. One is differentiate ensembles, and the second one is Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law, Bose-Einstein distribution law, and Fermi-Dirac distribution law. So we are going to see one by one in the next class. Okay, all right, so this is our topic. If anybody want to talk to me,